Alright, what's going on, guys? Alright, this is 91 Firebird, if y'all should know. Finally got my fuel tank in here. What I had to do is, man, I wrestled with this thing. And the filler net kept getting hung up. Filler net kept giving me trouble. As you can see, my muffler and exhaust is sitting over there. I had to cut it. I had to cut it completely off so I could actually get some more clearance. I didn't really want to do this route. I did not want to cut, did not want to do anything. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I still ran into problems. Kept getting hung up right there on this bracket, part of the body. So I just went ahead and said, you know what, the heck with it. I just went ahead and took my shock loose. I took my stabilizer loose on both ends, got the jack up underneath there, as you can see. And I just went ahead and lowered the whole rear end. I didn't lower it too much, I mean just enough, because there's a brake line that was over there, and a lot of people are saying you got to disconnect it. I didn't even disconnect the brake line. I just lowered it just enough to where I could get the tank back in there. I got the tank in. So I got my coil springs back in. I bolted my shock back up. I went ahead and put in new stabilizers. Went with Moog. I was like, since I'm already have it taken out, I'm gonna go ahead and replace them. So I went ahead and went with Moog. So I'll be taking this thing to the muffler shop and actually having this piece welded back on. So I can cut it right there at the muffler. So I'll have that piece put back on, and probably back here, wherever, somewhere. Trying to look, and I'm not looking through my viewfinder. I'm getting tired. But probably right along in there or something. I may end up having a flange put in, so that way I can unbolt it and it'll make it a little easier of getting this thing disassembled. Or I will have a flange maybe put back here somewhere, make it a little, easier to get to. And like I said, and like I mentioned in the other video, I'll have a flange down there. So I'll get 2 flanges, have the muffler shop do what they got to do. I got the tank back in. Brand new tank. Got the new unit in there, new Delphi fuel pump and stuff put in. I put in new hoses. I just got to button all this back up, of course. But I went ahead and put in new hoses, new hose clamps. So I'll get all that tidied back up. Got my plug plugged back in. So, but I didn't really want to drop the rear end or anything, because I wanted to do it without having to do all this. But like I say, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But the tank is in. And these here, they're your tank straps. And I did the same way on top of the tank. I bought some camper stuff. I'll show you the roll here in a minute. It's a one-sided sticky foam. Took the old stuff off, smoothed it all down, and replaced the strips for the straps. And I put 2 side by side on top of the tank on both sides. So that's done. So yeah, right now it's just, like I said, I'm just buttoning everything back up now. I'm gonna hook the exhaust and stuff back up and put the U-bolt clamps and all that stuff back on down there. This here, it's gonna be kind of sitting like this, of course. So what I thought about doing was maybe putting a turn down or something right there on the end, and just basically just for a temporary purpose until I can get this thing to the muffler shop and have this dang thing done like it's supposed to be done. So maybe later on in the future, I may end up having another rear end put under here. I may keep it, may rebuild it. I don't know yet. I know the seal's leaking down there at the differential, so that's going to be fixed probably a little bit later. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to run through this with you guys and let y'all know that, yeah, I had to drop the rear end this go around. Like I said, you've seen the last video. I didn't drop the rear end when I removed the tank. You don't really have to, but if you're going to be putting a new tank in there, yeah, well, now I kind of see why they say, well, it makes it a little easier putting the tank back in if you drop the rear end. So that's what I did. So anyway, guys, this is just kind of the update of the fuel tank, and I'll talk to y'all later. If y'all got any questions, feel free to message me down there in the comment section, and I will reply back to you as soon as I can. Alright guys, God bless.